So Charlie Kirk went on Fox News to attack Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift spoke up on politics. She's from Tennessee, and she said, hey, look, Marsha Blackburn's record horrifies me, so not her. And I think the person that she ended up endorsing is like a very, very like centrist / corporate Democrat. Now, to be fair to her, I'm not sure that there is an actual left option in for the race. So, she said, okay, this person's obviously better than Marsha Blackburn. But even endorsing like a very centrist Democrat to people on Fox is just fucking, oh my goodness. You may as well have said, I love Satan. So they lose it over Taylor Swift getting involved in politics because, God forbid, a celebrity get involved in politics. So take a look at this stunning hypocrisy on display.
Taylor Swift breaking her silence over politics, signaling support for Tennessee Democrats. Yesterday on Instagram, she wrote, I've been reluctant to publicly voice my political opinions. I feel very differently about that now, as much as I have in the past, and would like to continue voting for women in office. I cannot support Marsha Blackburn. She's a Republican. Her voting record in Congress appalls and terrifies me. Here was the reaction as Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning.
Why do you think Taylor Swift, out of nowhere, decided to get political?
This is what I used to love about Taylor Swift, is she stayed away from politics.
Right.
She was just all about music, all about, female empowerment. So look, Taylor Swift, I love your music. Personally, Kanye West, I'm a bigger fan of his. I wish she would have not done this. Stay away from politics.
At the very end of her Instagram post, she talked about how tomorrow is going to be the deadline for registering to vote. So it looks like it's an effort to get out the vote. But the big question is, of the people who do vote at the midterms, will anybody be impacted by what Taylor Swift says?
That will be interesting. Look, she has an amazing amount of cultural clout, without a doubt.
100%.
And unbelievable following, and well-deserved, by the way. I just wish there would have been some form of neutrality when she went about this, where she said, just register to vote, make an informed decision. That would have been the proper way to go about this. Instead, she said, Marsha Blackburn is against LGBT. Marsha Blackburn is
Women's
not the
rights.
pro-woman. I mean, give me a break. That is ridiculous. And anyone who knows Congresswoman Blackburn, has worked with her like I have, know that is so far from the truth. She will be a wonderful United States Senator from Tennessee, protecting the country and supporting the president's agenda.
She says Marsha Blackburn's against the LGBT community. That is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He says it's ridiculous. That's what Charlie Kirk says. Let me show you something. This is from On the Issues. It's a website that tracks the voting record of politicians. Look at this. Marsha Blackburn voted no on reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act. Now, in the extended clip there, you only saw a piece of the clip. Charlie Kirk mocks that idea also, like, oh, you're saying she's against women? Well, don't be silly. She voted no on reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act. Pretty sure you can categorize that as not a very pro-female voting record. She voted no on prohibiting job discrimination based on sexual orientation. It is ridiculous that she's against the LGBT community. Get this one. She voted yes on constitutionally defining marriage as one man, one woman. Let me pause there. She voted yes on constitutionally. So in other words, amend the Constitution specifically to say, let's not treat gays equally. And Charlie Kirk said it is, quote, ridiculous to say she's against the LGBTQ community. Charlie, if that's not against them, there's no such thing as against them. But hey, to be fair to Charlie Kirk, he might actually make that point. He might be like, yeah, no, that's, by definition, nothing is against them because they're not a thing. They shouldn't be a thing. So that's not against them to say, we're going to amend the Constitution to ban them from ever being able to get married. Guys, you have to understand that's an extra level of fuck you. I mean, it's bad enough to say I'm against gay marriage. But to say I want to amend the Constitution to make sure they can never get the opportunity to marry each other. Wow. Wow, that's an extra level of fucked up. Let's continue. She voted yes on making the Patriot Act permanent. Okay, pause one more time. Charlie, I thought you were a small government conservative. You know what the Patriot Act does, right? It spies on all Americans. Illegally, unconstitutionally. They don't need a warrant. And the Fourth Amendment is perfectly clear. You have a protection from unreasonable search and seizure. What the NSA does in the Patriot Act, by definition, is unreasonable. Because they collect everybody's metadata. You don't have to agree to it. They don't need a warrant. So it's a net that can track everybody's personal life. I thought you were in favor of small government. That's the biggest government that there could ever be. So perhaps you're not actually consistent in your ideology. And then finally, they're saying the same thing twice here. Voted yes on a constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. And my favorite fact, because again, remember, Charlie Kirk said it is ridiculous to categorize Marsha Blackburn as against the LGBTQ community. Marsha Blackburn has a 0% rating from HRC, which is the Human Rights Campaign, which is a pro-LGBT group that tracks the voting record of congresspeople and senators. She has so that means 100% of her votes are against the gay community. And he said it's ridiculous to categorize her as anti-gay. Listen, I would be embarrassed to go out there, talk to you guys, and just shamelessly make things up. But obviously, they're not. There's the thing in your head that goes, hey, am I doing the right thing here? Am I telling the truth? That little thing in your head that constantly reminds you of stuff, it's not there for him. He's just like, no, I'll just say shit. Don't care if it's true, I'm just going to say it. It's ridiculous to say she's anti-LGBTQ. Come on! I mean, sure, she has a 100% anti-gay voting record. And sure, she's in favor of a constitutional amendment to never allow gay marriage. But to call her anti-gay is ridiculous. Huh, you're saying she's anti-woman? Huh. Voting against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act isn't against women. Imagine being convinced by a guy like Charlie Kirk. I mean, come on, man. Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens are the two people who Kanye West has now expressed fawning adoration for. And they are basking in the celebrity that, Kanye has brought them. For Charlie Kirk to say, as he did in that clip, and you can go back and watch it, he says, she should stay out of politics, talking about Taylor Swift. The level of hypocrisy it takes to go trotting around with Kanye West, talking about politics, and then to argue, the celebrity should stay out. I mean, Taylor Swift, come on, what are you doing? I cannot wrap my mind around that level of hypocrisy. I thought it was a level that couldn't even exist, but apparently it does. And it just goes to show you, man, these people are such rank partisans that all logic and reason is out the window. And it just all goes down to, okay, who's on my team? Are you on my team? Okay, Kanye's on my team, so he gets to say whatever he wants, and it's awesome, and he's great. Taylor's not on my team. She's on the other team, so she can't say anything. Stay out of politics, Taylor. Charlie, maybe you're the one who should stay out of politics.